Imagine you guys lost everything, all your money, all your contacts, and all of your skills, but one skill. Which skill would that be to help you build everything again from scratch?
I grew up in a field. Hollywood was miles away. How I got there, I'll never know.
Yeah. If you look at most of the big pages anywhere out there, there's like most of the videos they get 200, 300, 500,000, and there's like maybe once or twice a month that they hit the 4, 5, 6 million, and that's why you have to.
Hi everyone, and today I have something really special for you because I have the two stars, Caroline and Sergio from The Housewives of Dubai, and we are going to talk everything social media, how to influence, how to use micro influencers for your own business, and how to create a truly amazing online following, staying really authentic but also planning a little bit in advance. So get ready and give a huge welcome to Caroline and Sergio.
Come on, sit down, just sit down. Oh, that's Valentino.
Thank you for being here today. I'm going to get right into it. So 99% of my followers are actually small beauty business owners. They really want to try and lift their brands up more online, connect more deeply with their current clients or future customers and followers. And also they have issues or struggled standing out in a really competitive marketplace as well. Obviously, I'm also super excited to hear your insights on create engaging content and also collaborating with influencers and build quite strong, meaningful relationships online. So my first question is that a lot of my tribe are actually struggling to create content. They almost think like it's a full-time job for them. So when I watch you guys on social media, it looks so natural. Yeah, it almost looks like nothing is planned. It's very impromptu. There's a lot of sharing about daily activities, and it all just like seems so supernatural and unscripted. How much strategy do you guys actually put behind your posts? And do you have like a content plan or a team that looks after it for you? How do you curate your content on a daily basis?
Well, my husband does all the content, but we do have a team for posting and a team that creates all the content for my podcast. But I've got to be honest with whoever you're talking to, it is a full-time job. We make it look incredibly easy.
It's a proper,
it's a proper job.
For the post that we do on Instagram, there is like a full-on strategy behind. For the stories, not that much, because at the end
stories we just do our
lives.
I think it's fun. Everybody loves my pets always do well. They love my pets.
Dogs are great.
Yeah, they love fashion. They love to see when I'm doing beauty treatments and stuff like
at the end the algorithm is changing all the time, so you just have to kind of like be and test a lot of things. That's why a lot of people are afraid of posting, but if you don't post, you don't test, and
it doesn't matter if one doesn't work, another might hit. So
you don't know what your audience wants. If you look at most of the big pages anywhere out there, there's like most of the videos they get 200, 300, 500,000, and there's like maybe once or twice a month that they hit the 4, 5, 6 million, and that's just the consistency. You're not gonna hit the millions with one post. That's why you have to keep posting
many a day. And we've understood or begun to understand now what people want from us. They love the age gap. They love it when I'm horrible to him. They love
it's trending now. I would say it's a lot of like relatable content. Like people have to feel that they they're related in a way to that content they're watching, and I think that's what is prioritizing now.
Life hacks. I mean, like we just went to the supermarket, which is something as simple as that. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, excuse me. What are we doing? And that got over 1 million views, me going to telling people what's in my shopping trolley and how much I spend.
Yeah, it's very simple. At the end, everybody wants to know or what other people put in their trolley. If it's healthy, it's not healthy. So at the end, you have to kind of like find that content that people want to watch, or what would you want to watch? That's what I kind of try to analyze. Like if I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God, look, I do this with my wife, or I can do this. Oh, why? So
very simple things. 3 ways to wear an oversized shirt. People would love stuff like that. 3 skin, if you're in beauty, I mean, everybody wants to know about how to put your makeup on, how to apply things, what lasers are the best, what like hacks, if you use face razors, if you use, I mean, just stuff they just want to know. And you talk to the camera all day long.
For anyone who is trying to grow like any beauty products or beauty company, I would say TikTok is very interesting because you can play with the why or the who or the how, the why. So how, why this is better than this, or how do I put this instead of this, and that really transformed very well in the algorithm. So that's a good way to grow and drive traffic to your Instagram.
Finding micro influencers and young girls as well in your, if you can't afford like other people, or, you know, getting it to the right influencers is huge. I would say that's the best marketing strategy. It's definitely one that we use and we're going to be using for our company. You know, and I think getting getting it out there that, you know, influencers aren't just asking things for free. It's not for free. And I think that's a big thing. You know, we get it a lot. Oh, you know, freeloader, you want this, you want that. No, it's not really. It's like we're more powerful than a billboard in Times Square at this point. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like, and I think when you understand the value of an influencer, even a micro influencer, you know, it's not about their numbers, it's about their engagement. It really is. And who their client is. So we always send out a media pack which shows you who
all the stats, you know, like
and who is following us, right? So you can have someone with millions and millions of followers, but they like, you know, teenage girls. That won't help you in beauty. That's completely the wrong thing. I do so well in beauty is because I'm 48 years old. So people are like, if she can do that at 48, I can do that at 48, right? So that's why I think it's choosing the right person for your brand and reaching out and building relationship with them. And there are other ways as well of just, you know, giving the influencer a percentage of their sales that also can entice them if you can't afford to put a lot of upfront money.
It's a code or something.
Yeah, with codes. And you can also offer them, you know, ongoing sales with you and building the brand with them like that. So that also is a way to bigger name for you if you don't have cash.
How important is that relationship building that you mentioned? Because you guys must get hundreds of offers every week to work with you. How do you pick the people that you want to work with, and how important is relationship?
Well, look, my facelift and things like that, you know, obviously I'm not going to tell you to go and have a facelift with somebody that I don't know or trust, right? I mean, that is like, you know, I would never do that. So I can't really, you know, go and advertise somebody else's facelift. No. But, you know, I do have other surgeons that I've worked with for many years. If you ever see my thing and my stories, and I know them very well. One guy kept my face up for 10 years. So I still, you know, highly recommend him, recommend. So, you know, I pick only by what I would wear, sell, use. I've never taken a brand for money, ever. And I can't, just because if it's not on brand, I think, you know, first of all, the person watching is quite savvy. My demographic is very rich, very switched on women. And I think the moment you start selling rubbish, they cotton on and understand, and you lose. So I'd rather wait for the right thing, frankly. And I choose. We have so many other businesses. Influencing is one of them, but it's not all of them. So if we have a bad we'll eat.
Yeah. How are you going to find all of your influencers? Are you just going to literally do stories about it? And then who's picking the people that you are going to work with? Because you'll have probably thousands apply that want to help you.
You know, I think, you know, Twitter is a good place, and I would say, because you can see a lot there, you know, but
ours is a, you know, a wellness brand, right? So more than our friends and everything else. And obviously I have a lot of famous friends and that really helps. But, you know, he's already got a list of all the biggest wellness influencers and young girls that he's seen on TikTok that he wants to reach out to. So that's what you do. It's not about, you know, go and look who's producing the most in your genre.
Listen, a lot of people, like they see people in their same industry as competition.
Yeah.
And you cannot do that. You have to see them as someone who can help you to grow. And I think reaching out to them and maybe, you know, giving them your products, and maybe they will do a review. And I think, you know, because they're already in the industry and established and they have a following. So I think, you know, at the end, everybody's trying to grow. Everybody's trying to reach more following, more, you know, more clients. So you just finding people in the same industry and just, you know,
and don't fall
getting
into
exposure.
Don't fall into the trap of buying followers. and things like that. It doesn't
I see
work.
it all the time. Yeah. The engagement is not there. And that's how you know that it's all. Yeah. So my last question I have is actually, I ask this every podcast guest. Imagine you guys lost everything, all your money, all your contacts, and all of your skills, but one skill. Which skill would that be to help you build everything again from scratch?
People, just being good and being, open to talk to people, because that can lead you to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Communication skills.
Communicating, I would say, yeah.
I probably go back to try and keep my, well, I don't know if it's a skill, my reality TV job, I suppose, because that opens up a platform again where people see you, and I can then, use that to get what I need.
And thinking back to where you started, and you don't have reality TV, and you only have your own hands and your skills, what do you think is relationship building and communication the biggest?
She will talk to anyone and she will make anything happen. I know her.
Yeah, that started at school. I was
It's the
the
same.
girl that showed everyone around, all the parents. And actually,
amazing.
in my book, when I left, they just put people person, and I really believe that. Like, it's got me everywhere. There's nothing special about me. I grew up in a, in Dorset, in the middle of nowhere, and if I can make it to Hollywood on TV for 6 years of my life, I'd never. I grew up in a field, like, I know it was a beautiful one. Don't get me wrong, but Hollywood was miles away. How I got there I'll never know, and still can't quite understand.
Oh,
and
the universe.
I've walked into funds and raised, millions of dollars with a piece of paper this big. So I just say, don't limit yourself and talk to everyone. You don't have to have the skills. I've never written a business plan in my life.
The house of cards is falling down. I'm here for it.
Come on, sit down. Sit down. Just sit down. Oh, that's Valentino.
The Real Housewives of Dubai, every Tuesday at 9 on Bravo.